Welcome back, Spirits of Vengeance, to a Ghost Rider vlog.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Ghost Rider vlog. Today's episode is going to be on issue number 67, otherwise known as Holding On to Sally. We start the comic book with Johnny on the road. Apparently he must have left the circus. It's uncertain at this point though, however. What we do know for sure is that he's heading down the road on his own, and he bumps into a woman in a green parka out in the middle of a huge rainstorm and tries to help her get home. On his way there, he is stopped yet again by the fact that there's someone else on the road who's having engine trouble, only to be backstabbed by the man and his cohorts who are apparently hiding also in the storm. They beat him up horribly and then steal his bike. With no other recourse, Johnny is forced to become the Ghost Rider and takes vengeance on the men until the Ghost Rider is suddenly cut off by things that he cannot explain. Still in a hazy mindset, Johnny gets his bike and is guided by the woman yet again to head to the home that she was trying to direct him to in the first place. He crashes outside and then wakes up the next morning within the house, the woman having seen him as he took a tumble. She explains her background in the fact that her daughter was killed by the local mayor's son, and despite whitewashing almost everything that happened, the mayor's son also had to pay out a huge amount of debt for the damage that was done, and his wife and children had also left him, leaving him more and more sinister than he originally was to begin with. But also the woman's son was taken in Vietnam, and the woman's husband was taken by a heart attack years before that. So she's been all alone, and mostly her blame and desire for vengeance leading her towards the mayor's son, who still lives in town. To this, Johnny manages to get the parts he needs to fix his bike after the rampage that happened the night before, but before he can leave, mayor's son and his gang throw a brick through the window at the front of the house, and once Johnny walks outside, he is beaten yet again and tied up to a tree, apparently planning for further ravaging. But before they can do this, the girl once again appears before her mother. Yes, this is in fact Sally, the older woman's daughter, and she is actually a ghost here to show her the folly of her ways. To which she guides her mother to go outside and watch as she lets Johnny take the form of Ghost Rider unimpeded this time, and seeking vengeance on all the men that had been causing them so much trouble the rest of this issue. He violently attacks them all, beating them harshly, and then getting to the mayor's son, he decides that he doesn't even want to waste hellfire on the man. He'd rather just kill him outright. It's the least he deserves. However, he is stopped by the ghost yet again. This time the ghost approaches him and tells him that he will be stopped, and he tries vainly to attack the ghost, but cannot harm her. To which she notes to the Ghost Rider that there are greater things in this world other than vengeance, and they can also take different forms. And then proceeds to knock him unconscious and reverting him back to Johnny. She then says her goodbyes to her mother before disappearing, and the comic book ends with the woman helping Johnny back to his feet and supposedly back to the house. So an interesting tale of teaching people not to seek revenge, foolishly at least, and not on a worse level. Matter of fact, even coaxing the woman to react in the favor of saving the man's life just before a Ghost Rider tries to kill him. To this, it's an interesting little one-off, but as to what the connection is between this and where we left off last time at the circus is very unclear. So we'll have to see how things go in the next issue. Otherwise, for a one-off, this is a really good story. and I quite enjoyed the read, so highly suggested number 67. Also really good artwork, both on the cover and inside. So that's it for this time. I will see you all next week.